running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, and then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. No, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh, well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Huh. That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Faye. Your cross-examination. If you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Okay, so she's dead at this point. And he carried her over to the car. Yep, we know that because the evidence points that she's in the car. In the trunk of the car, as one might say. The boot, I would. Suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. No. No. He could have thrown the body off the side. Like, he could have thrown the body off the side because it was established previously that, like, the river is very, very violent and tumultuous. So it's a case of, no, he could have easily thrown her off the side, they wouldn't find the body. That was something that Edgeworth brought up. So... a killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. And it is a way the murderer, supposedly, in this case, would know that. Because he got tried for it previously. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Most. Ah. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Yeah, that's what I would have done. What? Order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Oh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, how sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. Whoa, mate! After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. No, you do, using what you said. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of our arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. It's a good point. That is a good point. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. What the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Objection! Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. It was. But I still think to me it's very obvious what's going on here. Dahlia, clearly Dahlia, killed her, and then has framed our guy, that I can't remember the name of, Falls, that was it, Falls. This framed Falls. How did she get the photo? It's been established that it's one of those new fandangled cameras with a timer. There you go. That certainly is consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? All right, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. Hey, hold on. How do you know that? Like, you're meant to be presenting only what you saw. But if this happened like from your position, how did you get around and see what happened with the car? You said there was very tall cliffs and stuff. That's clearly what's on the photo, so how did you see the car?
Objection!
Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. But the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No, I've been there, it's a cliff. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Bally what? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. Yeah, but this is presenting what she saw, Edgeworth. Not what she thinks happened, no. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
Objection!
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hold it!
Hey, wait a minute, you can't just say that.
Objection!
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say? To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. It's quite strange. Huh. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando, don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha. Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. How do you know that? I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Yeah, I had noticed that. It's true, these certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. Yeah, but how do you know that? It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fay, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. She just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches? Question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. Huh. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... She's the owner of the car. She put the corpse in herself. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally. When she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never... It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. But it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. It would suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. I already know that at the time she was taking photographs. It's got a timer. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Has a timer function? Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it. Even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, she really did use the camera's auto timer. And the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Where the V is. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. It's quite. Order. Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course, Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne, probably because the scarf she was wearing was white. The defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 odd years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. I'm going for it. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. Well, no, a white scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. It's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, a white scarf, again, it's not so much that Edgeworth's not pointing out, like, there's very much an explanation behind why he's not presenting it on karma. It's very much coming down to like, Mia, why are you not picking up on it? Like, Mia, come on! Anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! Oh, she vanished. Oh, she's dead. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. And the question is, why did she do it? Isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. To be continued. Right away. February 16th, 1:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, Number 4. Mr. Falls, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I want to say thanks, you're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? I don't know, maybe it's because they're clearly related, but, we need to figure out, her actual name at this point, I imagine? Motive, huh? Anyway, still badly in need of information. Information, right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. Her name's Dahlia Hawthorne. We know this, so it's how do we prove that with our future knowledge? All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing, I didn't kill nobody, I never lie. Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart at any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Huh. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend. Dahlia Hawthorne, there we go. Your girlfriend, huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? Victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl. Let her go. Shut up. You come closer, and I kill her. Sorry. But you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but it was to protect her little sister. I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too. Make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Oh, did he actually say my teen angel? Seen one too many soap operas. I'd do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million for Diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman. That woman, Valerie, she'd do it for real. She'd shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia. Why? I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she'd jump in river. Jump? Don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. It's that case of like, I don't think she betrayed you. Like, how did Dahlia betray you, and what... Like, what was going on? And, like, was she actually shooting at him, or was she shooting at Dahlia? That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. Can it be the case of, like, she was trying to shoot her, but then she jumped into the river? Does she have the diamond, is what I'm thinking. Or did she try to take the diamond? These 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. It's a white scarf, we understand this. It is just that aspect of... Is that why Dahlia killed her own sister now? Is because she was going to blab about certain things? I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth, that's all. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Huh? Where's what? The diamond. Come on now, kitten. The ransom, the $2 million diamond. Remember that now. Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. With Dahlia. That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone, with Dahlia. Gone, forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her. My sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel. How old was she anyway? Just 14, dude. 14? Guess you were robbing craters before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth $2 million. Man oh man, angels these days. Falls takes the fall, hence his name, and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really? It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. $2 million gem, used as ransom for Dahlia. Lost to Eagle River 5 years ago. training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. Okay. February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. Oh, this courtroom number 4 is lovely, isn't it? Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Cherry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You are brave, young lady. Not this again. I can understand the defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. A motive, huh? Figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course. I think. Still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten. Mr. Armando. Listen. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course! Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why... I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click. She lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say.